The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You'll like it, you'll love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Well, it's Sunday in Summerfield. An aura of peace and goodwill surrounds Water Commissioner Gildersleeve as he strolls home from church in his Sunday best with a pretty lady on his arm.
Good morning, Jones. Glad to see you in church.
Who's he, Throckmorton?
Jones is a clerk in the city treasurer's office, Adeline.
Oh.
Always like to see those fellows in the treasurer's office attending church. Well, there's Mayor Terwilliger. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Glad you saw me in church.
Don't you just love to go to church on Sunday, Throckmorton? Dr. Prescott's sermons make you feel so good inside.
Well, Adeline, they make you feel pretty good when you get outside, too. Pretty long talker, Prescott.
Oh, you. I enjoyed every minute of it. I never saw so many pretty new fall hats. It was awfully sweet of you to invite me to go.
Well, I knew you'd want to hear Marjorie's first solo.
She sang beautifully, Throckmorton.
Yeah, little Marjorie in the choir. Family's growing up, Adeline. Before we know it, the baby will be going to Sunday school.
The poor little foundling. I don't think anybody's ever going to claim her. When are you going to adopt her, Throckmorton?
Well, the state law seems to think I should be married first.
Well, it's none of my business, but I agree the baby ought to have a mother.
That may be true.
Some other couple could come along and adopt her unless you get married. Of course, it's none of my business.
But who could I marry, Adeline?
Well, there's an old Southern expression. Sometimes you're so close to the forest you can't see the tree.
Oh, yes. Well, here's your house and there's mine. Goodbye. I see the tree all right. She nearly had me out on a limb. Well, Bertie, sunning the baby?
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve. Thought I'd bring out in the yard for a while.
Good idea. And how are you, little baby? You like it out here? Well, I guess she does.
You care to watch her for a while, Mr. Gildersleeve? I ought to start dinner.
Dinner? Oh, go right ahead, Bertie.
Thank you, sir.
Come along, little baby. The sun's moving around. Let's move around with it. Yeah. That's it. Hold on to your hat, baby. Here we go, right out the driveway. Oh, there's a car coming in here. Bullard, always using my driveway to turn around. Why doesn't he use his own?
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve. Hope you don't mind my using your driveway.
Oh, no, anytime. That's what it's for, neighbor. Nice car you're driving, Mr. Bullard.
Well, it'll do until I get my 49 model. Late 48.
Oh, yes. I'm waiting for a 49 model, too. Been waiting since 1936.
That's a nice buggy you're pushing, Gildersleeve.
Buggy? Oh, yes. There's a baby inside.
Yes, I know. I've been noticing her. I'm very interested in babies.
You are?
Hello there, little Miss Baby. Remember me? I'm Mr. Rumson Bullet from across the street.
Oh, brother.
We shook hands the other day, remember? Tickle, 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 tickle.
He doesn't seem very responsive today.
Well, maybe it's your gloves, Mr. Bullard. She might be frightened by the yellow suede.
Oh. You're lucky to have a lovely child like this, Gildersleeve. Mrs. Bullard and I have often discussed adopting a little girl to grow up with Craig.
That might help. Little Craig.
And this baby has aroused my interest.
She has?
Have you started adoption proceedings yet, Gildersleeve?
Well, no, Mr. Bullard. To adopt her, I'd have to get married, and that seems a little drastic.
Yes, I can understand why you wouldn't want to assume additional obligations. A water commissioner's salary being what it is.
It isn't that, Mr. Bullard.
Whereas with my income, I could easily support a little tax exemption. Yes, indeed. She'd be welcome in the Bullard home.
Now, look here, Bullard.
Well, ta-ta, little tot.
But
I'll be seeing you.
Good day, Gildersleeve.
Wonder what he meant by that. Baby, how'd you like to have a stuffed shirt like that for a father? Yeah. Those are my sentiments exactly. I'd better watch that guy. I may put a gate on that driveway, too. Just can't seem to get to sleep. Wonder if I ate too much of Bertie's roast beef. No, it isn't that. It's what old Moneybags Bullard was saying. Wonder what he meant by all those sly comments.
Have you started adoption proceedings yet, Gildersleeve?
Huh?
Yes, indeed. She'd be welcome in the Bullard home. Ta-ta, little tot. I'll be seeing you real soon.
Take that! Take that!
Neil, what's the matter? Wake up, Unc!
What you for? Beautiful?
Wake up, Unc. You're dreaming.
I am?
Sure, you were squirming around and hitting the pillow like you were punching some guy in the nose.
I was, Leroy. Why did you wake me up?
Huh?
Bullard had it coming.
What a character.
What a night that was. Oh, well. I'll be at the office in a minute, where I can get some sleep. Bullard wouldn't try to adopt my baby. He's a neighbor and a friend. Well, a neighbor, anyway. Hey, there's Bullard now, going into the courthouse. Courthouse? I better follow him. There he goes down the hall. I'll stay a little ways behind him. He turned left. I'll bet that's where you go to take out adoption papers. I'll just peek around the corner.
Gildersleeve? Gildersleeve, are you following me?
Following? Just on my way to my office.
Gildersleeve, what are you up to?
Well, what are you up to? What are you doing down here?
I'm seeing a certain official about a certain matter, and it's certainly none of your business.
It certainly is. I'm going to see my lawyer. Judge, I've got to talk to you.
Now, let's re-examine the facts of the case, Mr. Garfinkel.
Judge, get off the phone.
Excuse me. Gildy, I'm conversing with a client, Farmer Garfinkel.
I'm a client, too.
Then sit down on the chair. Now then, Mr. Garfinkel, you allege that hunters trespassed on your property and shot 8 tame geese.
Geese at a time like this, Judge.
Which we shall hereafter refer to as the corpus delicti.
Judge, if you don't hang up, there's going to be a corpus hooker.
Pardon me, Mr. Garfinkel. There's a big commotion in the office. I'll call you back. I hope you're satisfied now that you've interrupted me on my biggest case this week, Gildy. What's on your alleged mind?
Judge, you've got to help me adopt the baby.
Well, Gildy, I doubt if I'm your solution.
What do you mean?
To adopt the baby, you have to get married. And I don't accept your proposal.
Judge, let's not be ridiculous. I have every reason to believe that somebody is trying to adopt the baby before I do.
Who, Gildy?
Rumson Bullard.
Rumson Bullard?
Just yesterday he said he admired her, and this morning I caught him sneaking into the courthouse. Judge, you've got to help me.
Gildy, I regret to say that if Rumson Bullard is taking steps, there's not much that I can do about it.
Judge!
And if you're not going to marry and adopt the infant, Bullard's home might not be a bad place for her.
Uh-huh.
Cultural and social advantages, opportunities to marry well, money. She'd never want for anything, Gildy.
Now I can see it. Hooker, you're on Bullard's side, too. I'll bet you even drew up his papers.
What?
You've turned against your friend and fellow jolly boy. You're nothing but an old goat in wolf's clothing.
Now, Gildy, you know I'm the best friend you and that baby have.
Horse feathers, Hooker, horse feathers. You can save that stuff for Garfinkel and his 8 dead geese.
Well, maybe Bullard should adopt the baby. At least she won't have a fathead for a father.
Oh, watch it, turncoat.
Fathead?
Goose lawyer, goodbye. Well, little baby, you don't know what's happened today, do you? You see that big house across the street? There's a big man in there, and he wants you. I couldn't bear to see this little girl grow up across the street. It would break my heart. But, as Hooker said, she'd never want for anything. Might be for the best. Well, little girl, the only way I can prevent it is to get married. But the prevention seems worse than the cure. It's not funny.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Can I have my allowance 3 weeks in advance, 2 1/4, huh?
Why do you want $2.25, Leroy?
For a down payment on a dog.
A dog? Why do you want a dog all of a sudden?
I want to pet him and play with him.
Leroy, there are dogs running across our lawn every 5 minutes. You can pet them.
Gosh. They're just nuts. I want a pedigreed dog.
Pedigreed dog? Now, where did you get such an idea?
Well, nowhere. But gosh, it's my allowance, Unc. I'll put the 2 1/4 with what I have and... Hey, Unc, why don't you buy it?
Leroy, pedigreed dogs cost a lot of money.
You can count it as my Christmas present. For 2 years.
Leroy, you know you'll want a dozen things between now and Christmas.
Well, all right. You don't want me to have it.
No, my boy, I didn't say that. Sit down. Let's talk this thing over. Your old uncle isn't made of money, you know.
It's all right, Unc. If a little kid can't have a dog, it's all right.
Oh, my goodness. A pedigreed dog. I'd better go up and see if he'll settle for a pedigreed-looking mutt. Now, who could that be? It's nearly supper time.
Where's Leroy?
Craig Bullard.
Where's Leroy?
He's upstairs, Craig. He doesn't feel so good. What's that?
Tell Leroy to come down. I want to show him my pedigreed dog again.
Oh, so that's where Leroy got the idea, eh?
Leroy doesn't have a pedigreed dog.
Well, he may have one someday. I've been thinking of buying him a bird dog just like that.
He's not a bird dog. Like you know about dogs, he's a Welsh Terrier.
Welsh Terrier? Oh, yeah, it's getting a little dark out there.
He's got a pedigreed name a mile long. Van Hill's Redberry Nightcap of Willowell Farms.
They sound more expensive than I thought.
Why don't you let Leroy come down?
It's a little late, Craig. Go on home. I'm closing the door.
Don't you close the door on me. I'll tell my father. He doesn't like you.
I've got news for you. I don't like him either.
He buys me more than you buy Leroy. I'll bet you don't buy Leroy anything.
That's not true.
You're just a big fat water peddler.
Oh, Craig, you go on home now.
Water peddler?
You go on home to supper. And don't come back with that bird dog.
You call me Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, no, Bertie. I was just suggesting to Craig that he go home.
Oh.
Bertie, what would you think about letting some wealthy family like the Bullards adopt the baby?
Mr. Bullard?
Now, Bertie, I know it comes as a shock to you, but there are a lot of things in favor of it. There'll always be things the water peddler commissioner can't buy her.
Well, money ain't everything, Mr. Gildersleeve. Look how well you raised Miss Marjorie and Leroy. You know what you give them children that money can't buy?
Well...
You give them part of your heart.
Now, Bertie, you're just prejudiced.
You may not be a man with a big pocketbook, but you're a man with a big heart.
Well, but in the long run, the baby may be better off with Mr. Bullard.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you can't give this baby to that man. You don't want this sweet little thing to grow up like that snooty little Craig, do you?
Well...
Mr. Gildersleeve, that baby was left in your car, and it's your responsibility.
The only way I can keep her is to get married.
Married? Well, if that's the only way, I'll take it. Throw caution to the wind.
I may have to, at that.
Now you're talking, Mr. Gildersleeve. No sacrifice is too great when it comes to saving the baby.
I may save the baby, but who'll save me? Oh, my goodness.
$50,000 in prizes, including 20 brand-new Ford sedans.
Think of it. 721 prizes, including 20 powerful, streamlined new Ford sedans, will be won in Parquet's series of big contests. Why, those Fords alone are practically priceless today. And the grand prize winner gets $1,000 to go with the luxurious car he wins. Just listen to these prizes.
Each week for 5 weeks, Parquet is awarding 4 beautiful new Ford sedans, 40 General Electric table radios, 20 Corey coffee makers, 20 Toastmaster automatic pop-up toasters, 60 new $10 bills.
Now, to enter, just help the great Gildersleeve get a name for the pretty little baby girl he found some weeks ago. Write your suggested name for the baby on a contest entry blank. They're available at your food dealers with complete rules. Or use a plain piece of paper. Send entry with one red flap from the end of a package of Parquet margarine and your name and address to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois.
Be sure to enclose your Parquet dealer's name and address.
Make a bid for your beautiful 1949 Ford, but hurry. This third week's contest closes this Saturday. Mail your entry to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois. Now, the first week's winners will be announced at the end of this program. Now let's return to the great Gildersleeve. Arms locked behind his back, he walks the streets, baring his chest and thoughts to the wind and rain.
Marriage. Of course, I won't be able to go out nights with the jolly boys as much till after the first year. But I can adopt the baby, and that's what I want. No use kidding yourself, Gildersleeve. You've got to get married. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this blustery afternoon?
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to stand over your floor furnace a few minutes.
Careful. A lot of hot air comes up through there, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I know that, Peavy. Peavy, I just made a big decision. I'm going to get married.
Yep, a lot of hot air comes up through there.
I mean it this time, Peavy.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Who is the lucky woman?
Well, that's what I'd like to talk to you about.
You've decided to marry without knowing who? That's living pretty dangerously, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I have a pretty good idea, Peavy, but I'd appreciate your opinion.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm no Dorothy Dix.
No, but you've been married a long time. You know what adds up to a happy married life.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I might be able to point out some of the bear traps.
Well, trap or no trap, Peavy, it's the best thing to do. For me, the baby, and Miss Fairchild.
Miss Fairchild, you say?
Yeah. What do you think of Adeline Fairchild, Peavy?
Well, she appears to be a fine, upstanding woman.
Oh, that she is. Now that I have a baby in the house, I have to have a wife.
You sure you're not putting the cart before the horse, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Peavy, I have reason to believe that if I don't adopt the baby right away, somebody else will.
Well, I don't blame you for wanting to adopt a baby.
You don't? By George, Peavy, I'll call Adeline right now and make a date and propose tonight. And Peavy, thanks for your advice.
I didn't give that hothead any advice. Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, Peavy?
I wondered if you would mind using the telephone booth across the street.
Huh? What's the matter, Peavy? Is yours out of order?
No, but you're a good customer, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'd hate to have you come in here years later, look at that booth, and hold it against me.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to call from here, Peavy, and you can suffer the consequences same as me.
Unky, you look so nice tonight.
Thank you, Marjorie.
Your lotion smells devastating. And you've shaved so nice and close.
Yes.
But aren't you a little pale, Unky?
Pale? Oh, no, that's talcum powder, I think.
Hey, Unc, why the black suit? Another political rally?
Leroy, this is no rally.
Well, you look great anyway, Unc.
I don't know who you're calling on tonight, Unky, but whoever she is, I'll bet she can't resist you.
No, I don't suppose she will.
Here, wait till I straighten your tie. There. Now stand back. I want to take one last look at you.
You better take one last look, too, Leroy.
Why?
I want you to remember me the way I am. Well, can't stay out here all night. I better go in. Those policemen cruising around the block are getting suspicious. Well, better ring the bell, I guess. What if Adeline doesn't accept me? No, you're grabbing at straws, Gildersleeve. You've got to go through with it for the baby's sake.
Well, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Adeline.
Won't you come into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly.
Oop. Adeline, what do you mean by that?
Well, nothing, silly.
Are you sure?
My, you're touchy this evening.
Well, had a hard day.
You must have.
I'm sorry, Adeline.
Sit down.
Thank you.
This afternoon on the phone, you sounded so eager and so romantic.
Yes, I guess I did.
You just going to sit there and whistle all night?
Whistle? Oh, no.
Why didn't I propose over the telephone? Would have been easier than this.
What's wrong with him? I'd have sworn he was coming over here to propose.
I could have written her a letter. No, never put it in writing, then you are trapped.
Throckmorton, what are you thinking about?
Huh? Oh. Adeline?
Yes?
Adeline? I wonder if you'd hand me one of those mints. My mouth seems a little dry.
All right.
I have a faint feeling I'm being a little hasty. The sacrifices I make for that baby.
Here's a mint.
Oh, thank you.
He looks a little green. Wonder if all that smelly lotion you poured on made him ill.
Adeline?
Yes?
You and I have known each other a long time.
Nearly a year.
That's long enough for people to make up their minds about each other. So, Adeline, I came over tonight to ask you...
Yes, Throckmorton?
To ask you to hand me another mint. My mouth's dry again.
All right. Why doesn't the silly Billy come to the point? I can't propose to him unless he waits too long. Here's the mint, Throckmorton.
Oh, thank you, Adeline. As I was saying, I seem to like you, and you seem to like me. So tonight, Adeline, I'd like to ask you to...
Yes, Throckmorton?
Pass me another mint.
Why don't you take the whole box?
Oh, thank you. Adeline, you're good-natured, nice-looking, always attractive when I come over in the evening.
Wonder how she looks in the morning.
I've always admired you, too, Throckmorton. You're a successful businessman. You're attractive and sturdy. A little too sturdy, but I'll take that off of him.
Well, Adeline, now that we've talked it over, I'd like to ask you...
There aren't any more mints.
There aren't? Then I better go home.
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, you sit down.
Huh?
Could it be, you sweet little man, that you came over here to propose to little old Adeline?
Huh?
I accept.
You do? I've saved the baby.
Good night, Throckmorton.
Good night, Adeline.
You great, big, broad-shouldered husband-to-be.
That's me. Well, Gildersleeve, you have every reason to be a happy man. That sick feeling in your stomach is probably because you ate so many mints. Probably. Who's that? Oh, Bullard, out walking that dog. Well, I've got something to say to him. Bullard, wait a minute.
Quiet, boy. Good evening, Gildersleeve.
Bullard, you can't have the baby.
What's that, Gildersleeve?
You thought you could double-cross me, didn't you? With all your money, you thought you could step right in and take my baby away from me. Well, Bullard, it won't work. I've taken steps. I'm going to get married.
Well, congratulations, Gildersleeve.
Don't you congratulate me, Bullard. It means I can adopt the baby.
I think that's wonderful. Congratulations again.
What? Aren't you mad because you can't adopt her?
Certainly not. Why should I be?
But, Bullard, what about this morning at the courthouse? What were you doing there?
Gildersleeve, it's none of your business, but if you must know, I was getting this dog a license.
A dog license? I've been double-crossed.
Now for the names of the 4 top winners in the first of Parquet's 5 big baby naming contests.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Each one of the following contest entrants has won a massive, powerful, streamlined 1949 four-door Ford sedan. Mrs. L.A. Morse of Long Beach, California. Lorne R. Kermith, Jr. of Detroit, Michigan. Mrs. Allie E. Truman of Portland, Oregon. Mrs. Luana Bassinger of Route 2, Box 33, Rockwell, North Carolina. Congratulations to all of you.
Yes, indeed.
Winners of 140 other prizes in the first week's contest will be notified by mail. 4 more winners of Fords will be announced next week. Remember, you can enter the big $50,000 contest as often as you want. Send in several entries, maybe 4 or 5 this week, and boost your opportunities to win a brand new Ford sedan.
Ladies and gentlemen, every year at this time, the Community Chest appeals to you for help. A single donation to the Community Chest means a donation to all health, welfare, and recreation organizations that serve your community. By giving generously, you can be sure that your money is helping where it's most needed. You give once a year, but the wonderful work of the Community Chest goes on all year round. So please give generously. Thank you, and good night.
Maybe here's the main dish food that won't play hob with your food budget. It's cheese, Golden Good cheese. It's a bargain in nutrition. Cheese is a protein food, a main dish food. In fact, ounce for ounce, no other basic food matches cheese for high-quality, complete protein, for calcium, phosphorus, and other nutrients from milk. Tomorrow, get one of Kraft's famous pasteurized process varieties. Medium mellow Kraft American or sharp Old English. For rich yet mild cheddar flavor, get the delicious cheese food Velveeta. For marvelous lower-cost main dishes cooked with...
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve.
Hey, Unc, who'd you vote for?
Leroy.
Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You'll like it, you'll love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine.
Parkay, Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. A week ago, something very important happened in the life of the great Gildersleeve. He became engaged to his charming next-door neighbor, Miss Adeline Fairchild. Let's go back to the morning after Adeline shyly accepted his proposal. The happy bridegroom-to-be is just arising from his couch.
Engaged? Thief. Well, I did it for the baby's sake. I can't adopt her unless I get married. Didn't have to rush into it, though. Suppose the parents come back and take the baby away. There I'd be, married for life. That's a long time. Say, nobody knows about it yet. We could keep our engagement secret a while. Then if the parents should come back... You're sly, Gildersleeve. Where's my other shoe?
Why, Throckmorton.
Good morning, Adeline.
My, you certainly came over early, lover boy.
Yeah, lover boy.
Just couldn't wait to see your little bride-to-be, could you?
No, I couldn't.
You're sweet.
Well, Adeline, I've been thinking.
So have I. Why, I lay awake all last night making plans for our marriage.
Oh?
I can just see our cute little towels hanging on the rack together. He and she.
She.
Why, Throckmorton, what's the matter? You look pale.
Pale? Oh, nothing. I just haven't had my orange juice yet.
Oh, well, I've just been busy as a bee making plans. First, we'll have our engagement party.
Engagement party? Wait a minute. Do we have to have one of those?
Why, of course, silly. That's where we're going to tell the whole wide world the good news.
Adeline.
Oh, promise me that someday you and I...
Adeline?
Yes?
I just got a wonderful idea.
What's that?
How about keeping our engagement a secret?
What?
Well, just for a little while.
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, you're not trying to get out of this, are you?
Get out of it? No. Just thought it'd be nice to keep it a secret, that's all. You haven't told anybody, have you?
Well, I sent just one little telegram to a relative down south.
Oh, well, I don't think we should tell anybody else.
I don't see why not.
Well, it's more romantic that way.
Romantic? What do you mean?
Well, to me, a secret like this is too precious to share. But if you want to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry, go ahead.
Oh, Throckmorton, you little darling. I didn't realize that such a romantic heart beats underneath that gray business suit. I do believe you're right. After all, Romeo and Juliet kept their love a secret.
Yeah, that's right.
Why, they kept their secret till the very end. Then they both committed suicide.
Well, we wouldn't have to go quite that far. Well, I better be going, Adeline. Don't forget, it's a secret.
I won't. Goodbye, Romeo. Oh, promise me that someday you and I
wish you wouldn't sing that so loud.
You, Unc?
Yes, Leroy.
Sit down, Unky. You're late for breakfast.
All right, Marjorie.
Where you been?
Ben? Oh, just thought I'd take an early morning walk, working up an appetite.
Uh-huh.
What's the matter with you, young man?
Nothing, Uncle Romeo.
Huh?
Yes. Congratulations, Uncle Mort.
What?
I understand you and Miss Fairchild became engaged last night.
Who told you?
Miss Fairchild, she just phoned.
God, she certainly kept it a secret. Couldn't even wait till I got home.
Well, she said you wouldn't mind if she just told the family.
Well...
Uncle Mort, I think it's the best thing that ever happened. Miss Fairchild's awfully sweet. She'll make a wonderful wife, and now the baby will have a mother.
Oh, yes. But for the time being, I've asked Miss Fairchild to keep our engagement a secret.
What's the matter, Unc? Getting cold feet?
Let's show a little respect, Leroy. Now, thank you not to jump to conclusions. We're keeping this to ourselves for romantic reasons. Leroy? You understand? We just won't let it go beyond this room.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bertie.
Well, I guess you're pretty happy this morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Huh?
I think it's wonderful.
What's wonderful?
You and Miss Fairchild getting engaged.
Oh, my goodness. Bertie, did Adeline tell you, too?
Yes, sir. She told me just now over the back fence.
Oh. Why didn't she broadcast it over the radio?
Oh, she told me not to tell anybody. She said it was a secret.
Some secret.
Isn't it thrilling, Bertie?
It sure is. A nice man like you should be married, Miss Gildersleeve.
Well, thank you, Bertie, but this is a secret. So we're not going to talk about it, are we?
No, sir. Bertie won't talk about it.
Good.
But I know you're going to be mighty happy. Miss Fairchild's going to make a wonderful wife.
Now, Bertie, we said we would...
Yes, sir. Bertie won't talk about it.
Good. Now that's settled.
Just think. Pretty soon you'll be married for life.
Bertie?
Bertie won't talk about it.
All right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gildersleeve, you ran a good race, but the parson finally caught up with you.
Bertie?
But don't worry, Bertie won't talk about it.
I don't want any breakfast. Why did Adeline have to tell the family about this? Oh, well, as long as it doesn't go any further, I guess it'll be all right. Got a lot of work to do today. I'll just bury myself in the water report. Morning, Bessie.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve. And congratulations.
What?
Oh, I didn't know you and Miss Fairchild would be very happy.
Bessie, did she tell you too?
Well, she said she didn't think you'd mind since I was your secretary.
No, of course not. I don't mind. We might as well tell everybody. Send out a notice to all our subscribers.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll send them out right away.
No, you won't.
Well, I don't mind the extra work.
Forget it, Bessie. This is supposed to be a secret.
Oh.
Let's don't tell a soul. We'll just keep it between you and me and the lamppost.
Lamppost?
It's a figure of speech, Bessie. Now, let's forget all about this and get down to work. I'll get it. Summerfield Water Department. Commissioner Gildersleeve speaking.
Well, this is the police department. Chief Gates speaking.
Oh? Hello, Chief. What do you want?
I'm very happy for you, Commissioner.
What are you talking about?
Come on now, you know. Oh, promise me that someday you and I...
Chief! Adeline told you to?
Well, she said since I'm one of your closest friends.
Oh, sure.
And take it from me, Commissioner, you'll never regret this.
Now, look.
Marriage is a great institution.
Yes.
But who wants to live in an institution?
Very funny.
Only kidding, Commissioner. Take it from an old married man. Marriage is okay. It's a give and take proposition. You give and your wife takes.
Chief, if you'll just stop those corny jokes.
Mr. Gildersleeve, sincerely, I want to wish you both the best of luck.
Well, thanks.
And, Commissioner...
Yeah?
May all your troubles be little ones.
Oh, for goodbye. For heaven's sakes.
What's the matter, Mr. Gildersleeve? Does Chief Gates know the secret, too?
Secret? Adeline hasn't told many people. Only Leroy, Marjorie, Bertie, Chief Gates, and you. I wonder who else knows about it.
Hello, Gildy.
Hello, Judge.
Oh, promise me that someday you and I...
Oh, another one.
And may I be the first to congratulate you?
The first? Get in line. You're about the 10th.
Well, Adeline said it would be all right to tell me since I'm your lawyer.
Oh, sure. The more, the merrier.
Well, Gildy, Dan Cupid finally hit you with one of his little arrows. Of course, I don't see how he could miss. You make such a big target.
I'm just going to ignore that, you old goat.
And Gildy, Miss Fairchild said I'd be invited to an engagement party before long.
Oh, she did. Well, I told her that we were going to wait a while.
Well, you'll have to learn, Gildy, that a woman usually has the last word.
Well, Adeline's had her last word. Where's my hat? Adeline, I'd like to talk to you.
You know, Throckmorton, I've had the busiest morning.
Yes, I know that. Adeline,
Yes?
I thought we agreed this morning to keep our engagement a secret.
Why, of course we did, silly.
Well, a lot of people seem to know about it, and the little bird didn't tell them. What's the matter?
You're so cute when you're gruff. Woof, woof.
Oh, my goodness. Adeline.
All right, you masterful man, you. I won't tell another soul.
Good. And that's settled. But just keep it a secret.
Yes, until our engagement party.
Yeah. Huh? Adeline, I thought we were going to postpone our engagement party.
Postpone it?
Well, just a year. I mean, a month or two.
Well, all right. Throckmorton,
Yeah?
guess who sent us congratulations on our engagement?
Who?
Cousin Leila.
Leila?
Yes, your old sweetheart. She answered my wire this morning.
Oh.
She says she hopes we'll both be very happy. Of course, she doesn't mean it. I bet she's tearing out her blonde hair by its black roots. Aren't I, little mink?
Leila and I were just good friends.
Now, Throckmorton, she said to tell you she'll never forget those moonlit nights by the reservoir.
Oh? She did?
Throckmorton,
Huh?
what are you blushing about?
Am I blushing?
You haven't forgotten her, have you?
I have too.
No, you haven't. You're still in love with her.
Adeline.
I see it all now. That's why you want to keep our engagement a secret, you bluebeard.
Adeline, please.
You never want to have our engagement party.
Yes, I do, Adeline. We'll have the party real soon. We'll have it any time you say.
Oh, that's wonderful. How about tomorrow night?
I don't think we could, Adeline. We don't have the invitations printed.
Oh, I ordered the invitations this morning.
You did?
Uh-huh. I've taken care of everything.
You certainly have.
Oh, Throckmorton, I'm so happy, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, promise me that someday you and I...
Big prizes, 20 beautiful Ford sedans ready for delivery.
Did you hear that? $50,000 in prizes, including 20 sleek 1949 four-door Ford sedans, are being awarded in Parquet's series of contests. And in addition to his Ford, the grand prize winner gets $1,000 in cash. Listen to this.
Each week for 2 more weeks, Parquet is awarding 4 beautiful new Ford sedans, 40 General Electric table radios, 20 Corey coffee makers, 20 Toastmaster automatic pop-up toasters, 60 new $10 bills.
Now, as you know, the great Gildersleeve found a little baby girl a few weeks ago. All you do to enter this contest is suggest a name for that baby. Write the suggested name on a contest entry blank. They're available at your food dealers with complete rules. Or use a plain piece of paper. Send entry, your name and address, and 1 red flap from the end of a package of Parquet margarine to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois.
Be sure to enclose your Parquet dealer's name and address.
Friends, go after the car that everybody wants, the beautiful 1949 Ford sedan. Hurry, though. This Saturday is the closing date in this 4th week's contest. Mail your entry to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois, now. Names of earlier winners will be announced in a few minutes. Well, now let's rejoin the great Gildersleeve. The fatal day of the engagement party has arrived, and the condemned man did not eat a hearty breakfast. It's afternoon now, and we find our prisoner of love in solitary confinement up in his room.
Trapped by a woman's tears. It'll be all over tonight. Well, maybe it's all for the best. We'll be able to adopt the baby now. Adeline's really a fine woman. At least I won't have to buy an engagement ring. I'll use the one I got for Leila. Good thing she gave it back. Leila, What a girl. Well, it's all over now. I'll just forget about her. Now, where did I put that ring? I guess it's in this cigar box with Leila's letters. Let's see here. Leila's letters are getting a little faded, just like our romance. Look at this old dance program. That's the night we went to the Halloween dance at the Elks Hall. I remember Leila and I had the last waltz together. That was a wonderful night. I'll never forget our costumes. Leila went as Madame Pompadour and I went as Henry VIII. I remember I carried a chicken leg around all night. We danced cheek to cheek, and her hair tickled my nose. What's the matter with me? I gotta forget Leila. Now, where's that ring? What's this? That old blue ribbon I won at the 4th of July picnic. What's it say? Second prize, fat man's race. Leila and I had a wonderful time at that picnic. I remember after lunch we took a walk down by the brook. We sat there on the bank and watched our reflections in the water. And I stole a little kiss, and she made me put it right back. And then we... Gildersleeve, you've got to stop this. Remember, you're getting engaged to Adeline tonight. You're supposed to be looking for a ring. Leila doesn't mean a thing to me anymore. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. So, whoop. What's this? Picture of Leila in a bathing suit. Gee, she looks cute. I think I'll look for the ring later. Hello, Peavy.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Congratulations from Peavy's Pharmacy.
Huh?
On your coming marriage, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, thanks, Peavy.
I suppose this is a happy day for you.
Happy? Oh, yes.
Now, Mrs. Peavy and I are looking forward to the engagement party at Miss Fairchild's tonight. And we'll be there with bells on.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll never forget the wonderful parties we had at that house when Leila Ransom used to live there.
Leila?
Yes, you remember the night...
Peavy, that happened a long time ago. I've forgotten all about Leila.
You have? I can't understand that. She used to live right next door to you.
Peavy,
You must remember Mrs. Ransom. She was an attractive widow, about 5'2", freckles on her nose.
I know. I remember her, Peavy.
Oh, I thought you said you forgot her.
Yes. Let's skip it.
All right. I thought it was funny you'd forget her. You were quite fond of her at one time.
Yes, Peavy, but that's all over.
Of course.
Yeah.
She certainly made an impression on me. I'll never forget that birthday party at her house. We played post office. And I delivered a letter to Mrs. Ransom in the pantry. I certainly was a happy postman.
Peavy, let's get one thing straight. Leila is a thing of the past. Just a memory. She's gone with the wind.
Yes?
Yes, of course. Now, put yourself in my shoes, Peavy. Suppose you were getting engaged to Mrs. Peavy tonight. You'd forget all about a girl like Leila, wouldn't you?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Goodbye.
Well, if it ain't the commish.
Hello, Floyd.
Well, I got an invite to your funeral.
Yep.
I mean, engagement party.
Yeah, we can dispense with the barbershop humor, Floyd. Just give me a haircut.
Sure. Hop right up in the chair, and I'll spruce you all up for the night.
All right.
Oh, promise me that someday you and I...
Floyd, don't sing that.
Okay.
Gives me the willies.
Uh-huh. Say, commish, tell me something. Whatever happened to Leila Ransom?
Leila? Now, why should I know? I'd forgotten all about her.
Uh-huh. You used to have quite a pash for that Southern belle.
Floyd, that's ancient history. A thing of the past.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're right, Commish. When a man gets engaged, he's got to forget all about other women.
That's correct.
So I'm glad to see you putting Leila out of your mind.
Well, I am.
That's good. She don't bother you at all no more, huh?
That's right.
But, Commish, Leila sure did look cute in a bathing suit, didn't she?
She sure did. Goodbye, Floyd. I don't need a haircut.
Gildy, what are you doing over here in the corner?
Nothing, Judge.
Come on, join the party.
I'll join the party in a minute.
Say, Gildy, it's almost 10 o'clock. When are you going to announce your engagement?
Pretty soon, Horace. Go finish your strawberry ice cream.
All right. We're all waiting.
We're all waiting.
Why doesn't he mind his own business, the old goat? Everybody is so anxious to push me into this thing. Adeline's been breathing down my neck all night. Why doesn't she...
Oh, Throckmorton.
Hello, Adeline.
Throckmorton, Cupid Pie.
Yes?
Don't you think it's about time we announced our engagement? The party's practically over.
Well...
The ice cream's almost gone.
I could run out and get some more.
Well, Throckmorton, if I didn't know you'd better, I'd think you were trying to back out of this.
Back out?
Well, come on now. Let's tell our little secret to the world.
Excuse me, Miss Fairchild. The Jolly Boys would like to sing a song in honor of the occasion. How about it, Commissioner?
Of course, Chief. Let's go.
Oh, but Throckmorton, what about our announcement?
Later, Adeline, after the song. Hurry up, Chief.
Well, here's the Commish. Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Gildy, we're going to do a song that's dedicated to you.
Thanks. What is it?
Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine.
That's not very funny. I'll see you later,
No, Commissioner, don't go away. We need your bathtub baritone.
Well, all right, Chief. You couldn't do without me anyway.
Okay, troubadours, here we go.
Nice old down on the corner, that's a pretty certain sign that wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. All the boys are singing love songs, they forgot sweet Adeline.
Wish I could.
Those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine.
There goes Jack, there goes Jim, down through Lover's Lane.
Now and then we meet again, but they don't seem the same.
He'll miss you.
Gee, I get a lonesome feeling when I hear those church bells chime.
Those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Ding dong.
Oh, that was just beautiful.
Thank you, Miss Fairchild.
Oh, Throckmorton,
Yes?
shall we make the announcement now?
Announcement? Well, in just a minute.
What?
I have to get the ring, Adeline. It's in my overcoat hanging in the hall. I'll be right back.
You hurry now.
Hurry now. This is it. Can't stall any longer, Gildersleeve. Farewell, Leila. Guess I'll never see you again. Let's see the ring's in one of these pockets here. Maybe I lost it. No such luck. Here it is. Guess I'll have to go in and face the music. I could just walk out the front door here. Run away. I'd have to come back someday. Get a clean shirt. Here. There's a taxi out in front. Somebody's getting out of it. A woman. She's coming in. That walk looks familiar. I wonder if... No, it couldn't be. Yes, it is. It's Leila.
Throckmorton.
Oh, Adeline.
Throckmorton, you're turning green. What's the matter?
What? Oh, nothing. I'm fine.
Oh, I wonder who's at the door.
It's...
Throckmorton! Why, I declare he's fainted. Throckmorton, speak to me.
Here they are, the names of the top winners in the second week of Parquet's $50,000 baby naming contest. Here are the entrants who have won 1949 four-door Ford sedans. Nancy McAnally of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Mrs. H.D. Lashier of Box 107, College Station, Berrien Springs, Michigan. Mrs. S. Lewis Johnson, Jr. of Dallas, Texas. Mrs. Cecil R. Bollner of Frankfort, Kentucky. Accept our congratulations. Winners of 140 other prizes in the second week's contest will be notified by mail. Remember, $50,000 in prizes in all are being awarded, but next week's contest is the last. So send in several entries, maybe 4 or 5, to boost your opportunities to win the 1949 Ford sedan. Above all, friends, hurry.
Throckmorton. Throckmorton, darling.
Oh, Adeline, what happened?
You fainted, Throckmorton.
I did?
They carried you out here on the front porch to get some fresh air.
Oh, better stand up. Clear my head.
Let Adeline help.
There you are.
There. You feel better?
Yes. Adeline, did Leila really come?
Yes, she's upstairs.
Oh, I'm sorry we didn't get to announce our engagement tonight.
But we did.
Huh?
They couldn't revive you in time, so I made the announcement.
You did?
Yes, we're engaged, lover boy.
We are?
Throckmorton! Oh, well, I declare, he's fainted again.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. Adeline Fairchild by Miss Una Merkel. The show was written by Gene Stone and Jack Robinson with music by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Wald saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Good night.
Here's grand news for lovers of natural cheese. Now, after waiting many months, Kraft has plenty of aged American for you. Since before the war, the demand for natural American cheese has been so great that it's been very difficult to set aside enough for aging. But now, Kraft has it. So if you've had a hankering for natural American cheese with the grand flavor that comes from aging, let your dealer know. Tell him you want aged American, the Kraft kind. Take home a big wedge cut from a golden wheel. Ah, there's a lot of eating enjoyment in a wedge of American cheese, especially if it's aged American by Kraft. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
to get some parquet. Home again, try it today. You like it, you love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Well, there's an interesting social item in the Summerfield Indicator this morning. At a brilliant party last night, Miss Adeline Devereaux Fairchild, a former Savannah debutante, announced her engagement to Mr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, Summerfield's most eligible bachelor. There was only one jarring note. When a taxi pulled up and Gildersleeve saw his old light of love daintily step out.
It's Leila.
Yes, Leila Ransom is back in town. But our hero took it as only a great man can. He fainted twice and had to be carried home. It's the next morning now, and the great Gildersleeve trudges downstairs to breakfast.
Can't wait to get some black coffee.
Morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bertie. Oh, I see you have the baby up already.
Yes, sir.
Hello, little girl.
She's had breakfast, and I'm taking her upstairs for a nap.
Oh, well, I hope you sleep better than I did last night, little baby. Do you know what you got me into? Do you know that I am now an engaged man just because I want to adopt you? It's not funny.
From over here, it sounded like you had a big party, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, yes, we did.
I sure was surprised to hear that Miss Ransom came back.
I was a little surprised myself.
Well, anyway, Mr. Gildersleeve, you're all set to take the fatal step. That's the important thing.
I think I'll go have some breakfast.
Yes, sir, it's on the table. Eat hearty, Mr. Gildersleeve. You can't live off love.
Yes. Black coffee will taste good this morning.
Good morning, Uncle Mort.
Good morning, Marjorie.
Hi, Unc. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, so I see, Leroy. Will you pour me some coffee, Marjorie, please?
Oh, sure, Unky. What did she have to say?
Who?
You know who I mean, Mrs. Ransom.
Well, I really didn't have a chance to talk to Leila last night.
Why did Mrs. Ransom come back to town, Unc?
Well, that's her house that Adeline lives in, you know. She has to check things. Winter's coming on.
Oh, sure. I bet she came all the way from Savannah just to see if Miss Fairchild had put on the storm windows.
Marjorie, let's not try to figure these things out.
All right. I think Mrs. Ransom did the most dramatic thing, Unc. Appearing just at the moment your engagement was announced.
Very dramatic.
What did she do, Unc? Run up the sidewalk yelling, "Stop the music"?
No, Leroy.
It must be embarrassing. The girl you're engaged to and your old sweetheart living in the same house.
It's not embarrassing at all.
If Mrs. Ransom corners you, Uncle Mort, how are you going to explain it to her?
Now, Marjorie, I'm under no obligation to Mrs. Ransom. None whatsoever. It was all over between us when she left town.
Of course.
However, if I should happen to see her, and if she's curious about what happened, I'll just tell her what happened.
Poor Uncle. You're still fond of her, aren't you?
Marjorie, you forget that I'm engaged to Miss Fairchild. I can't be fond of another woman.
Ha!
Leroy, eat your prune. This may be a little hard for Leila to understand at that. I don't know why I should worry about what she thinks. She walked out on me. Still, I'd feel better about it if I had a talk with her. I'll give her a jingle right now. No. May as well wait till Bessie comes to work. And if Adeline answers, Bessie can hang up. Secretaries are great comfort. Where is that Bessie? She's 20 minutes late. Leila looked lovely last night. Coming up the walk, loaded with furs. Watch it, Gildersleeve. You have to remember Adeline.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bessie, you're late to work again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gildersleeve. I was reading about your engagement party on the bus.
Oh?
And it was so interesting, I wrote at the end of the line.
What a secretary.
And Mr. Gildersleeve, right next to that is a social item that Mrs. Leila Ransom is back in town. Isn't that a strange coincidence?
Very strange.
You don't suppose she came back to throw a monkey wrench in your engagement, do you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Monkey wrench?
Figure of speech, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I know, Bessie. Hang up your coat and get ready to make a phone call for me.
Yes, sir.
Figure of speech.
Morning, Bessie.
Good morning, Judge Hooker.
Hooker.
Is the water commissioner able to be up and around this morning? Well, there he is. And he's lovely. He's engaged.
All right, you old goat, what's on your mind? I'm busy.
I won't take a minute, Gildy. I merely thought you'd be interested to know that I had a little talk with Leila this morning.
Leila? You did?
Property matters, of course.
Oh?
Gad, what a woman. More exciting than ever. The grace of Diana. The charm of Helen of Troy. The allure of Cleopatra.
Yeah, that's Leila, all right. How is she, Judge?
Well, I can tell you more after lunch, Gildy. We're dining together this noon at the Summerfield Grill.
Oh?
Could it be, my fat friend, that you'd like to be sitting in my place?
Certainly not. Why should I?
That's too bad. Leila has invited you to join us.
She has? Well, no. I shouldn't do it. I think I'll just call her, Judge.
Calling Leila is never the same as seeing Leila.
But Judge, what if some old gossip sees me?
Leila thought of that. She had me reserve that cozy little private dining room, the Palm Room.
The Palm Room?
And I'll be there to chaperone. Well, we'll see you there at 1 o'clock, Gildy.
Fine. I do have some things to say to her.
I bet she has a few things to say to you, too.
Oh, I won't go. Well, I'm here. Where are they?
Table for one, sir.
I'm waiting for a woman, miss. I mean, a man and a woman. We reserved that little palm room. Guess I'm a little early. I'll wait for him back there.
Very well, sir.
Probably shouldn't be having lunch with Leila, but what the heck. Hooker will be with us. At least I should see her while she's here, just for old time's sake. It is private. A little dark in here.
Yoo-hoo, Throckmorton.
Oh! Leila! I didn't see you behind that potted palm.
I heard you coming, so I thought I'd play peekaboo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm awfully glad you could come, Throckmorton.
So am I, Leila. Didn't know if I should, though, but the judge said...
I know.
And by the way, where is the judge?
Oh, I'm afraid the judge will be unavoidably detained.
He will? How do you know?
Well, you know, little old addle-headed me. I got my property matters so mixed up this morning, the poor man had to take his lunch hour to get them straightened out.
He did?
So I guess you and I will just have to lunch alone.
Leila, you're a little devil.
You think so, Throckmorton?
Same old Leila. By George, it's good to see you. Say, you're doing your hair differently, aren't you?
Well, I was wondering when you were going to say something, and you haven't even looked at my new dress.
Well, I didn't... I didn't think I should, being an engaged man.
Oh, silly. When a woman gets all gushed up, she wants to be appreciated, even if it is only to meet an old ex-sweetheart.
Yes. I want to talk to you about that, Leila. Shall we sit down?
Let's.
I didn't get a chance to explain last night. Are you angry, Leila?
Oh, good gracious, why should I be angry? When a girl's best boyfriend becomes engaged to a girl's cousin, who can understand better than that girl?
Leila, you're true blue. I'm glad to see you taking it like this. Of course I knew you would. You're such a sincere, level-headed girl.
Flatterer. Oh, Throckmorton, I'm afraid I forgot. Congratulations. I wish you every happiness.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope you can find it with Adeline. Of course, now that you're engaged to be married, I bet you'll never think of little old Leila again.
Oh, yes, I will.
I'm afraid I'll think of you, too, sometimes. Throckmorton,
Yes, Leila?
you're holding my hand.
I am? Oh, I'm still shaking it from the congratulations.
We can't carry on like we used to.
No, I guess not.
Oh, remember that beautiful summer day? We packed a lunch and went boating up at Grass Lake, the two of us.
I was thinking about that just last night.
The boat got stuck on a sandbar, and big old strong you carried me ashore in your arms because you didn't want me to get my bathing suit wet. Throckmorton,
Huh?
you're holding my hand again.
Oh, sorry, Leila. I thought I was leading you back to camp.
You weren't leading, you were squeezing.
Sorry.
You naughty boy. Remember those snug winter evenings in my parlor when we'd sit on the rug in front of the fire and popcorn? And the nights we just sat there.
Yeah, I like them best.
Throckmorton, have you done that in my parlor with my cousin Adeline?
No.
Well, those were wonderful days.
Wonderful.
Of course, we did have our ins and outs, like the time that hot-blooded Spanish dancer came to town. And then you got sweet on Eve Goodwin. My, you were the busy boy.
Well, you were engaged to that Dr. Julian Henry, and you nearly married Lightfoot Dupree. You weren't exactly idle, Leila.
Just listen to you. But every spring when my lilac bush bloomed, we fell in love all over again, Throckmorton. Head over heels.
Head over heels.
You'd sniff those lilacs a while, and then you'd sing to me so beautifully.
Yeah.
Throckmorton, will you do me a teensy favor?
Anything you say.
Will you sing to me now?
Sing, but Leila, we're in a restaurant.
Now, we're in a private dining room. Come along now. I'll play this little old Rotary Club piano.
Now, Leila?
Come on, sit right here on the bench with me.
Well,
Sing to me softly.
I don't feel like singing.
Please, for Leila, our song.
Well, I never could refuse Leila anything.
Oh, that's a dear. Now sing pretty like you used to.
Speak to me of love and say what I'm longing to hear. Tender words of love, repeat them again, I implore you. Speak to me of love and whisper these words to me, dear. I adore you. Oh, Leila.
Well, I declare. What's the matter, Throckmorton?
Leila, I'm all mixed up.
Oh, you poor darling. Tell Leila all about it.
That's what I want to do, Leila. Explain the whole thing to you. You know, I found the baby in the back seat of my car.
Yes, Throckmorton.
You just can't help loving a baby, Leila. But the law says I can't adopt her until I get married. And Adeline was near.
I'll bet she was.
And the next thing I knew, I was engaged.
Mercy, Adeline should be ashamed of herself. Why, that's like shooting a fish in a barrel. Now, it's noble of you to want to make a home for the baby, Throckmorton, but you shouldn't let just anybody talk you into getting engaged.
Well, if you'd been here, Leila, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Throckmorton, do you know what you're saying?
What'd I say?
That if I'd been here, you'd be engaged to me now.
Well, if you'd said yes.
Well, I'm here and I say yes.
Huh?
Now all you have to do is explain everything to Adeline.
Explain what?
That we're engaged.
I'm engaged to two women.
It's the last week you can win a big, beautiful Ford sedan.
Yes, if you want to share in $50,000 in prizes, enter Parquet's final contest now. 4 high-powered 1949 four-door Ford sedans are going to be awarded this week, and the grand prize winner gets $1,000 cash besides his Ford. So hurry up and enter. This final week, Parquet will also award
40 General Electric table radios, 20 Corey coffee makers, 20 Toastmaster automatic pop-up toasters, 60 new $10 bills.
Now, to go after your share of prizes, just send us a suggested name for the Gildersleeve baby girl. Write it on a contest entry blank. They're available at your food dealers with complete rules. Or use a plain piece of paper. Send entry, your name and address, and one red flap from the end of a package of Parquet margarine to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois.
Be sure to enclose your Parquet dealer's name and address.
Take advantage of this last opportunity to win the high-powered, streamlined 1949 four-door Ford sedan. Mail it now to Parquet Margarine, Box 736, Chicago 77, Illinois. You still have a wonderful opportunity to win a new Ford, but only if your entry is postmarked by Saturday midnight. Well, let's rejoin the man with the ambidextrous heart. Last night, the great Gildersleeve had an engagement dinner with Miss Adeline Fairchild. And this noon, as it turned out, he had an engagement luncheon with Mrs. Leila Ransom. Now he's returning to the office, trying to figure out what happened.
I have a faint suspicion that Leila tricked me into this. Of course, she has always been fond of me. What will Adeline say? Ye gods, what will the jury say?
Good afternoon, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bessie.
Did you and Mrs. Ransom have a nice lunch?
Lunch? I don't remember eating.
Oh-ho!
Bessie, watch it.
You were gone so long, I wondered what had happened.
Well, a lot has happened.
Water department. Oh, one moment, please. It's for you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm not talking to anybody.
Oh, I think you'll want to talk at this party. It sounds like your lady love.
Which one? I mean, who?
I'll give you a teeny-weeny hint. She has a southern accent.
Bessie, is it Mrs. Ransom or Miss Fairchild?
Oh, both of them do have southern accents, don't they?
Yes, Bessie. Which one is it?
Well, it can't be Miss Fairchild.
Why?
Because she's on her way down here.
Oh!
Aren't you going to take this phone call?
Tell her I'm not in. I'm not. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Peavy, fix me a double Coke.
Very well.
And Peavy, bring it to me in the back room.
Back room?
Yeah, and Peavy, don't tell anyone I'm back there.
Very well. Reminds me of Prohibition days. There you are.
Thanks.
Rob a bank, Mr. Gildersleeve?
It's much worse than that, Peavy. Keep a sharp lookout and warn me if any women I know come in.
Yeah, well, I'm on the lookout anyway. I'm expecting Mrs. Peavy to drop in this afternoon. She came downtown to have her feet fixed.
Yeah. Oh?
Nice engagement party last night, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hope nothing's gone wrong.
Everything's gone wrong, Peavy. I was trying to explain to Leila how I got engaged to Adeline. I got engaged to Leila again.
Mrs. Ransom? My.
2 women. Isn't that awful, Peavy?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Peavy, I don't know what to do.
Well, if I were you, I'd just rest on my laurels.
Yes.
Got engaged to 2 women. You've had a busy 24 hours.
Now, Peavy, let's not be facetious. This whole thing's enough to make me want to go throw myself right in a reservoir.
Oh, now, Mr. Gildersleeve, there's always the bright side. There are people who would consider you in a very favorable predicament.
How can you say that, Peavy?
Well, at least you have a choice.
You...
That's more than I can say. I was only engaged to one woman. Expect her along in a minute now. She's downtown having her feet faked.
Yes, I know, Peavy.
No, sir, I didn't have a choice.
Yes.
Dear Mr. Gildersleeve, you said to keep a sharp lookout for a woman.
Oh, I'm ducking out the back way, Peavy.
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve. Well, did you get your feet fixed, honey?
Floyd, while you're shaving me, do you mind standing between me and the window?
But, Commish, that cuts off the light. I might nick you.
Rather than have Adeline see me right now, I'll take that chance.
Commish, I gotta hand it to you. You have more fun than anybody.
Floyd, this isn't my idea of fun.
You ought to be proud of yourself, Commish. You ought to be the happiest man in Summerfield, engaged to 2 Southern chicks. You're really living.
Please, Floyd, I never should have told you.
And both of them cousins. Down south, is that what they call kissing cousins?
Floyd, I'm in no joking mood. I'll bet Adeline thinks I'm nothing more than a playboy.
So what? You'd rather marry the widow Ransom, wouldn't you?
Well, now, Floyd.
You know what, Commish? I don't think you want to marry either one of them dames.
Floyd, I don't go around proposing to women with the idea of backing out.
Okay. I just had an idea how you could get out of it. Of course, you're not interested.
Absolutely not. What is it?
Well, the dames has already got the impression you're a little fickle. Why don't you go all the way?
All the way?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Really prove to him you ain't to be trusted. Go to him with a big confession, Commish, that you're engaged to 6 other women.
Floyd, that's ridiculous. I don't even know 6 other
So
women.
what? Make them up. Tell him you got a manicurist, 2 waitresses, a traveling saleswoman, and a lady car hop from California.
Oh. I've never been to California.
Ah, makes a good story, Commish. And believe me, the dames will run from you like it was poison.
Floyd, I couldn't stoop to that.
Okay. But for a guy over your head as deep as you are, it's either stoop or be a stoop. I'd hustle on over there and burn my bridges.
Finish me up, Floyd.
Hey, I got another great idea.
Huh?
I just seen that William Powell picture. Tell him you're also engaged to a mermaid out at your reservoir.
Floyd. They'd never believe that. Floyd has a tendency to carry things too far. But he did help me see myself as I really am. I wouldn't make a good husband. I'm too fickle. Maybe Floyd's right. As much as it hurts, I'll just have to tell him what a heel I am. And neither of them will want me. Hello, Adeline. May I come in?
Are you sure you want to come in?
Well, I'd like to.
You'll find Cousin Leila in the parlor. You know the way.
Oh, yes. That's right along the hall here. You come along, too, though, Adeline. This concerns you. It concerns all of us. I have a big confession to make. Hello, Leila.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Nice to see you back in town.
Cousin Leila's told me all about it, Throckmorton.
She has?
She certainly has. All about lunch and what happened.
Well, you know how luncheons are. One thing leads to another. Leila.
I just had to tell my sweet little old cousin. I wouldn't do anything behind Adeline's back. You know that.
Oh, no. Me neither.
I admit that I did lose my head when you swept me off my feet in that private dining room. You sounded so sincere.
No, Leila.
Don't you think he sounds sincere when he proposes, Adeline?
I certainly do.
Always singing love songs. What did he sing when he proposed to you, cousin?
Now, wait a minute, Leila.
Well, he didn't sing that night. In fact, he hardly talked.
Adeline, Leila, how can you do this to me?
I'm sorry, but this is a case where blood cousins are thicker than water. Water, Commissioner.
But
it grieves me to say, Throckmorton, that the only reason I came up here was to protect my dear little unprotected cousin.
Well, I may as well admit it then. That's what I came over here to tell you, that I'm not to be trusted. I'm fickle.
You've certainly proven that.
You bet I have. I'm not worthy of either one of you. I'm just a heartbreaker.
I don't think you've broken so many hearts, Throckmorton.
You just don't know, Leila. How do you know that you're the only 2 women I'm engaged to?
What?
Why, I can think of at least 6 other women. A manicurist, 2 waitresses, a traveling saleswoman.
That's 4.
Why, I haven't even mentioned the lady car hop from California.
A lady car hop? Really, Throckmorton?
So, girls, save yourselves. Break the engagements. Both of them. I'm just a gigolo.
I don't care. We're staying engaged.
We are? But, Adeline, why?
You need me to protect you from all those women. The hussies.
Oh, my goodness.
Throckmorton.
Yes, Leila?
I used to think you were pretty dull, but you've uncovered a side I didn't know you had.
Oh, I have?
You he-man, you. Oh, I just love bold, dashing Yankees. I'm going to stay engaged to you, too.
But, Leila.
Leila Ransom, you've got your nerve. Now, honey, I was engaged to him long before you ever saw him.
I don't care. You just trot on back to Savannah.
I will not. This is my house.
You take your old house. I'll soon be moving over to Throckmorton.
Oh!
We'll see about that.
Oh, friend, I'm still engaged to 2 women.
And now, the names of the entrants who've won 1948 four-door Ford sedans in the 3rd week of Parquet's big series of $50,000 contests. Mrs. Ben Rasmussen of Waukesha, Wisconsin, Mrs. Clara Bryant of P.O. Box 534, Wetumpka, Oklahoma, Dorothy L. Magri of Cleveland, Ohio, Miss Irene Thayer of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Congratulations to all of you. 140 winners of other prizes will be notified by mail. Remember, please, the 5th week's contest is the final one.
Yes.
And it closes for good this Saturday. It's now or never if you want a 1949 four-door Ford sedan. Step up your opportunities to win by sending several entries. Above all, send them now. This is the last time we can announce this contest.
Mr. Gildersleeve, that barber is on the phone.
Floyd Munson?
He seems upset about something.
Thanks, Bessie. Hello, Floyd?
Commissioner Gildersleeve, what kind of a water department are you running? I get a guy all soaked up with a shampoo, and then I turn on the water, and nothing happens. How come?
That was just a little reminder, Mr. Munson.
Look, I paid my water bill.
That's got nothing to do with it. Hereafter, keep your bum advice about women to yourself.
What?
Good night, folks.
Folks, here's an announcement Kraft hasn't been able to make until right now, since way back in 1941. Now, at long last, Kraft has plenty of aged, natural American cheese for you. The mellow golden wheels dealers cut in wedges. Since before the war, the need for cheese has been so great that it was difficult to set aside enough for curing. Just this past year, Kraft could send plenty of fine cheddars to the curing rooms, guarded for months and months. Now, this pre-war treat is back. Ask your dealer for a wedge of the mellow, grand-eating natural cheese aged so carefully for you by the master cheesemakers of Kraft.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.